I don't think I'll ever be dropping a pain loop kit again.
What's good, y'all? It's Swervo, you feel me? I'm here with Billboard producer Macshooter49. You feel me? What's good with you, bro?
Good with y'all, man. How y'all doing? How you doing, bro?
I'm straight, man. Now, if y'all don't know who this man is, he got a Billboard hit with Nardo Wick on the Who Is Nardo Wick album, song Riot. He co-produced. He's got credits with Comethazine, Soulja Boy, 42 Doug, Lil Zay Osama, Go Out Tarantino, ATL Jacob, Pirates Whipper, Money Man, Lil Got It, and many others. You got a roster, man.
Yeah, for sure. I just need them drops for real, bro. We focusing on the drops.
Yeah, man. I know it is. On them unreleased songs. So you got over 15,000 subscribers on your YouTube. You got over 18,000 followers on Instagram. So you got a pretty big following.
Yeah, we're trying to hit that 20K. You know how it is. 20K and up.
Yeah, I feel you. We want to get to know Macshooter, you know. So where you from, bro? Where Macshooter from?
STL, man. Born and raised, Missouri. You know, just chilling down. I'm really about to make some moves towards Atlanta though. Just getting ready to look at the market, getting ready to look at where the you know, the good places are to move in, because we got to get it popping down there. So, but yeah, big STL. Shout out Metro. Shout out all the people from STL who made it. It's cool down here.
Yeah, I feel you. So you still living there?
Yeah, I'm still living there, maybe for a few months. Then I'm probably gonna get up out of here soon.
I feel you. So what's like the music scene like down there?
That's the reason why I'm about to get up out of here. The music scene is cool. It's cool, but you know, ATL is like right now.
Yeah.
It has to be number one. So.
Where did the name Macshooter49 come from?
Macshooter. I used to be or not used to be, but I used to or I wanted to be a photographer. So I wanted to shoot photos. So the Macshooter has nothing to do with guns. It's really just shooting the camera.
Wow.
So it's like really having a gamer tag. I didn't change my gamer tag. Like my gamer tag used to be like Max4900, and it's still this like it's Macshooter49. It's still just Max. It's Mac. Call me Maximilian. It's not like I'm like, because my intention with the name was I'm just gonna be Macshooter. Like I didn't really have put any thought to it. My dad actually helped me make it. The 49 comes from a community in my city that I'm trying to give back to when I'm older. Big community that helped my family. Yeah. So that's what the 49 is. And my name is Max, or Maximilian. So Mac. My dad has the name, like nickname Mac. So it kind of runs in the family. It's really all family originated. Macshooter49 is like a family name. So
that's real talk. That's real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. Question: What made you start producing music, and what age were you when you started?
13. I watched a lot of Internet Money. Well, before any of that, I was doing remakes. Playboy Cardi, Pierre Bourne.
Yeah.
Listening to a lot of Pierre, but really the main source of it, my dad tells me, you know, used to always have me listen to instrumentals in the car, in the hospital when I was like born, just listen to some instrumentals like classical music, Mozart. So I've always been like I've always been around music ever since I was born. So maybe that is where the root of it is at. But like really though, from my experiences, it's just watching them Pierre Bourne cook ups, and I was like, man, you know what? I gotta learn these melodies. I gotta learn these drums. I'm gonna just do it. So it wasn't really anything like, let's just make beats. It's just like, let's just learn how to do this and see where it's gonna take me.
So we know about the music, but we also know you got a YouTube channel. You feel me? You're a content creator. So what made you be like, hey, I want to start YouTube. I want to start dropping tutorials or whatever.
Let's see. Like, I think my first tutorial, I think is like private. No, I think it's still there. I was a year in, and I was like, you know what? I think people need some education. So I was really new to the producing scene. So when I was making the tutorial, it wasn't really like all of that. It was just me showing my drums and stuff.
Yeah.
But I guess like I think it's still up on my channel. like
Yeah,
2 years old.
It is.
Yeah. Them old tutorials, man. I don't know. Like I was just, and I paused and started posting type beats. So I guess the content creation kind of came from like I'm a content person. Real talk. Before any of this, I used to do Minecraft stream.
Oh, for real.
I used to do Minecraft streams, so I was always just showing my screen, just always like having all these visions for stuff.
Yeah.
So with this content, I'm not even done. Like I'm still like I'm still upgrading my style, elevating my work. I'm just a content creator who likes to put out the best stuff, the best products, like videos, like all that. So that's just me naturally.
Yeah, okay. So you kind of been creating content for a minute now.
Yeah, just like here and then, like even since I was a kid, just recording stuff. So that's just me though. I don't even think it's like, if anything, if I were to do like anything other than music, I would still probably be vlogging it, showing it, like wherever it is. Like I don't care if it's like YouTube Shorts or something. Like it's gonna be something.
So where did the Macshooter49 sound come from? Like where what came into like making your sound, that Macshooter sound?
I kind of got a grasp of my sound, but right now I guess my sound is more of a I would say it's a variety of things. But if it's like the dark loop section, then probably my most, like, I used to listen to like a lot of Henny Major, like back then, like Global Cartel members, like all them guys. So 808 Mafia beats, 808 Mafia loops, like all that I was listening out. So I was like 14, going on 15. I started making loops. So about like a year and a half in, I started doing string stuff. And over time, as I started just making more and more loops, it was more string stuff, but then it, like, over time it was like, okay, time to expand. Then it was Pain, dropped a few Pain loop kits. Back to the dark loop kits though, because I don't think I'll ever be dropping a Pain loop kit again. But dark loops, and now it's like my current sound revolves around the synth, analog stuff like that, and I even mix a bunch of that with live instrumentation stuff. So now it's like a mix of a middle. So I would guess my sound is just sort of vintage, dark, like Weezy said, romantic. I like melodic, wavy vibes too. So I'm just all over the place, but basically just practice, and that's about it. And learning different stuff, listening to a lot of stuff.
You know, your credits on the Who's Nardo Wick album that went certified gold. So like, how did it feel when you first, like, or how did you find out? And then like, what was your reaction when you first saw it?
Bro, I was I think I made that loop on I think I either made that loop on stream. Yeah, I think I made that loop on stream. Or it probably was another loop. I don't think I made that on stream. That loop, I was just LMC was pretty new to like the vocal things, the vocal loops. So I was really early to like the LMC, like vocal stuff, like the whole fourth quarter, like LMC was just in there dropping. So I kind of got a good taste of what the vocal loops were. I don't even make them no more, since they kind of got, I don't really like them no more. Yeah. No offense to LMC, like they doing his thing, but me personally, it's just I got burnt out of them. So that was like one of my first collabs with LMC ever, and I sent it in a weeklies pack, and my boy JM used the loop, and they were sending FLPs to trademark, and I really like how this came about, because not only like was it, hold on, how do I put this? JM, it's not like I just sent it to somebody and they got it placed. Like it takes a real collaborative effort to really make songs like these together. Like a couple from New Zealand sends a young guy from Missouri a choir loop, and then he sends it out to another guy, and that guy sends it to that guy, and he gets it placed with the big rapper. And it's just like, it's a whole collaborative effort that I really enjoyed, you know, co-producing on the song. So JM sent the FLP to Trademark, and Trademark got it to Nardo Wick, and it really started off as like a text message, like Nardo Wick hearted it, and that's it. That's all we ever heard. And then a few months later, drops a whole like video. You know how these rappers be, just plotting in the background without saying nothing. So he drops a whole video, and I'm like, oh, whoa, that's it. I figured out it was on the album like a few months later. The main album already went gold, so when my deluxe came out, I was like, cool, I'm gold.
Yeah.
But still though, man, it yeah, that's how it came about though.
So how's it feel being a Billboard producer?
And it really ain't hit me. It hit me, but it ain't hit me like that until I got them 2 plaques. Like by the end of the year, I'm probably gonna order them. I tried to order it like right away, but I forgot her name. The woman at Jewel Box Platinum, she was like,
yeah,
gotta wait till the end of the year. So until I get those plaques, then it'll probably probably post a picture or something, but it'll probably really hit me then. But right now, it's still like the main focus is more on content for the next few months until I get probably move down to ATL soon. Then it's gonna be more industry. So it's really just all a process. I never like to rush anything or force. Like I don't want to force placements. I don't want to force work. Like right now, I'm just in a chilling stage where I'm just upgrading my sound and about to elevate all my equipment and all that. It's just gonna take some time. But it feels good, man. It feels good. I worked hard for it, but we got to get like 20 more of those, like 30 more. Trying to make a living, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. One thing I saw on your channel that stuck out to me was earlier on you had these like
convos with Mac.
Yeah, convos with Mac, and like you were talking about, you know, getting placements and other stuff like that. So like, what advice do you have for upcoming producers trying to like get placements?
That's funny because like when I started convos with Mac, I was like 1 year into producing, already talking about getting so people were like, who is this? Like, but the thing is, I mean, I did have like a lot of placements at the time, like unreleased Johns.
Yeah.
But my advice to a producer watching this right now is that in my current 3 years of producing experience, the placements are gonna come, but most importantly, you should really just focus on like the music itself, if you get what I mean. Like holistically, just focus on making music instead of getting, you know, people have such close, like not that big of a vision to where they're only just focusing on one placement, where in this music or anything that you're doing, your vision has to be like expanded way out to where that placement is just going to mark one thing and then another placement. Like it's really just all about sticking to your focus and what you see in your head and what you imagine yourself doing, to where you have to work to make it come true. So short version, don't focus on placements, man. You're going to get the placements. Just focus on your sound. And once you make good music, that's when the placements are, you know, just focus on making your best stuff.
What advice you got for upcoming producers trying to find their sound? 'Cause I know a lot of producers, they at least trying to copy somebody else, or, you know, they trying to make this type beat, Q beats type or whatever, you feel me, type beat, but like finding their own lane.
Yeah, bro, like now I'm starting to see everybody do like the South Side reels, like how to make stuff. I'm like, man, I don't know if you've been seeing that too, bro, but like everybody's kind of doing like the sharing the screen, but it's like I didn't originate that. Like I really just saw that off of PG, and I didn't originate it at all. But still, like when I look at that, I'm like, why do you guys think that if you find something, like you got to find your own niche? See, the reason why I'm so, you know, successful right now is because I had my niche. Like I found a niche in the dark loops. It wasn't that popular. It was actually on the rise for like that 808 Mafia sound, and after like, I'm gonna say December 2021, like my career just went up after just working on them loops and working on the craft. So finding my own sound didn't come from copying other people or making myself felt like I was in competition with other people, because that's gonna lead you to burn out and everything else. So never feel like you're in competition with anybody. Or like a person asked me like, how many followers do you get a day? I'm like, I don't even look at that, man. It's like, I don't even, like, I try to put my phone down and try to make good music. Learn these instruments, and there's so much time throughout the day to learn a lot of music. So find your niche, find something that's unique, and always ask yourself, like, what if I was a producer and I was watching myself, what would catch my attention? You know, what would I do, or what could I do that can catch other producers' attention and all of that? So yeah, just find your niche, find your own sound by experimenting. And just don't even focus on other people, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, man, you done established yourself. I really admire how you're a content creator and you kind of implanted yourself in the industry. You feel me? Like you don't see too many industry producers that are content creators. I mean, you got your own website, man. You selling kits and
There needs to be more of that for real. I feel like that will be the healthiest approach to the producer community, because if there's more, platinum producers, Grammy winning, Grammy nominated producers, like coming out, starting their own stuff, maybe dropping it. Like I see what Chi Chi's doing, and I feel like Chi Chi's marketing is going crazy because he just dropped this Catastrophe drum kit for his label. Got his management, got a few producers signed under him. Yeah, I was saying, like what I've been looking at, there's a lot of new upcoming producers. There's a lot of people that want to make beats because, like, FL Studio goes crazy on TikTok. Like everybody likes that beat stuff. Everybody likes music.
yeah.
So there's a lot of young kids, young producers, even older generation producers just trying to make beats now. And so I would say it's really healthy for if the industry producers who already have recognition, already have credentials, will come out and start just doing more vlogs, doing more cook-up videos. I would say that would be really healthy. But the current situation and what it is right now is that a lot of industry producers are focused mainly on making the hits. Like they don't really care about the YouTube. They don't really care about the socials. They just want to make them hits. And some people call them Hollywood. And I'm like, not Hollywood. They just don't have the time right now. And I always say this. I'm like, who you got it? Like, people be getting like mad. Like, he be left me on open. He didn't look at my loops. He said my loops were trash. I'm like, okay, you got to ask yourself, who are you to them? Who are you to that industry producer? Like, to them, you're nothing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
you gotta, but you have to be realistic. You're nothing to them. So it's social media. So the best way to really get that connection, and I know I'm jumping from top of the topic, but meeting them in real life, that is the one way you can really connect. But back to what I was saying, I feel like me, Producer Grind, Cymatics, and all those big companies selling the sound kits, I feel like that's really the next wave to help producers. It's just producer resources that we're selling. So I appreciate that you mess with the work, man. So I'm gonna keep it up for real.
Yeah, speaking about that, what made you wanna like make drum kits? Like I know you just came out with the Wavescrate sound source. You got all types of crazy stuff in now. And then you had the 2023 drums and all that. What made you come out with kits or just be a sound designer in general?
Yeah, it was definitely too early in my career when I dropped my official drum kit volume 1. I wasn't that great at making sounds, but it was a pretty decent drum kit. So like I dropped official drum kit volume 1 for $8, and really what led to that was I was really kind of bored. Not bored with music, but bored with, okay, I'm over here making beats. I wasn't even super good. I was still using one-shots back then. I was still making drums. I think it was like my first year in producing. I just made a drum kit out of nowhere. I was like, I'm seeing all these other drum kits. How can I make my own? So it was just that sense of curiosity that led me to dropping all those kits. And over time, and I'm still like big. I love making kits now. Like over time, it was just like, okay, maybe a one-shot kit. Let's try that. Maybe analog lab bank. Let's try that. And it's really just like I said, experimenting and finding my niche with those drums, those analog lab presets and all that. So I guess it was just, like I said, a sense of curiosity of what I could make led me to start designing sounds and dropping kits, because I know the Macshooter drum kit is like all over the world, if I'm being honest. Like everybody got that somehow. So it's like you never know where your drums are gonna go either. It's like you drop a kit, maybe, and there needs to be like more like high quality. There's already a lot of kits, and the kit game is already pretty oversaturated depending on which area you're talking about it. But that's a whole nother convo for real. Forget that right now. I wasn't ready to set up a Discord. Our Discord server has to take, like, for any of those who watching it, if you want to set up your own Discord server, you have to be completely like focused on it. And right now, I'm not focused on managing a Discord server. Like I gotta have managers. Like I was definitely unprepared, even though it's a lot of people in there, a lot of resources. I just kind of let it. Yeah, just I'm really, like I said, focused on more of the music and more of my sound until I can get into a way better position where I can just let's chill on a Discord. But right now I'm just so busy. can't moderate a Discord right now.
Yeah. So with that being said, what's like, does someone watching say somebody want to work with you? What's the best way they can build that rapport with you and build that connection?
Well, before starting with me, I definitely think you should start with your own brand first, because I'm not anything special myself. I'm really just a sample maker. Like, I don't have that many drum connects, like, all in due time, not making myself seem like a victim here. But I am right now in my current situation, I am just a sample maker. So they can send me starters and stuff, but like I said, I never like to force the music. If you work on your own brand first before anything, that'll make me be like, okay, that'll give me the incentive to go and work with you before you don't even have anything set up on your page ready to work. It's like you're not ready and you're jumping very, like, you know. So spend some time, like a lot of time on your brand. Spend some time, you know, finding out what you really want to do with this music, like having like a vision, like a clear life vision for what you actually want to do, because that's the only people who I really I don't like now. It's like the type of people I even talk to is kind of like, you gotta kind of understand me if you want to have a full conversation with me, because we'll probably just end up talking about, like, I never like to talk about regular people stuff. I always like to talk about upgrading, goal stuff, you know, manifestation stuff, you know, real helping yourself and
deep stuff
and elevating. Exactly. So
some substance with it.
Yeah, some substance. Exactly. So definitely wait to work with me. You got to work on your brand, got to work on your sound, and then now if you want to work, if you think you're ready, then if you think you're ready, it's just just work on your brand.
Do you got any any red flags or just that are like don'ts or things you shouldn't do or things to look out for? It's just any red flags you really just like noted and you're like, okay, I know not to do that again.
Don't take other people's email lists. I did that, like, I was someone worked at BCC, their joint, and I just took that, I just ripped it. And that actually got me a few placements, because that's the thing. Like, people think it's really like the BCC. It's really if your stuff is good. That's it. That's really like even people say sometimes people even say, like, I don't care how many people in the loop. If the loop is crazy hard, then I'll use it. I'm like, that's why you got to make your stuff. That's why you got to make sure. And not every loop is gonna be crazy hard. But if you can get to the point where you're like at a Q Beats level, you just reach peak loop maker. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach peak loop maker, there will never be like a peak, but I'm trying to reach that point where it's like I can just, like, Al Hoog, where I could just put on some drums. Like, I don't know if you watch Kabali, the dude who just records live sample making, just in his room. So that's what I'm trying to get to. But back to the BCC. But yeah, don't take other people's lists, man. They're probably not gonna like your email being in their stuff, unless they really rock with you. But BCC or stuff. Number 2, don't spam anybody when they don't see your message. Like, that's the thing people do with me. I don't see their message. They kind of like to, one dude just tried to call me. I'm like, bro, what's good? Like, why'd you have to call me?
Crazy.
Yeah, you already spammed me a few times. Why'd you have to call me? But that's how they get blocked, for real. Don't spam. Make sure you focus on, don't ruin the first impression. Like, if Southside gives you his mail, you better make sure that you are prepared to send to Southside like good loops. Because the first impression really matters. Like, if you send me some loops and I open them and they're bad, I'm like, okay, I may not ever open a pack from you again. Right after I check up on your brand too, because you know I always gotta do that. Like, I was gonna say producer with girl profile pictures, because they probably don't take it seriously, but it's not always. It's not 100% the case. It's like 80% the case. Just be normal, bro. Just be completely normal. Just be regular.
You can tell, like, you're not playing a character or like some image. Like, you're just being yourself, being genuine. I'm the same person on camera and off camera, like, anytime. I do virtual class, so I never actually went to high school. Oh, so you never actually went to high school?
Nah, I'm like homeschooled.
Oh,
for like 3 years.
Wow.
If I did go to high school, you know, subtle flex. subtle flex, but Uh, I do got a few kids. Let me see. Well, I do got a few kids like DMing me like, "Yo, good stuff, bro. I remember you from middle school or whatever."
Yeah.
Like, you know, giving me the props. But those are really the kids who actually kind of rooted for my music like way before then, which I heavily respect to those kids out there who knew who messed with the Macshooter beats before Macshooter was Macshooter, who messed with the beats. Shout out to y'all. But if I'm being honest with you, Swervo, I would probably, if I were to go to school, it would probably be a lot of dick riding. You feel me?
No doubt.
Be a lot of people being fake, because I know that's kind of like the real high school environment.
Yeah.
I did pull up once, but I didn't really talk to nobody. I'm introverted, man. You know, that's really what I'm here for real. Like, everything that I do is not in vain. It's either gonna go to the community or it's gonna go to producers to use my samples. Like, everything that I do is either for the community, bro, or the family, bro. I'm really just an organic person. I try to do everything in the name of the family, name of my supporters, dropping all these kits, like $5 sound kits, you know.
Yeah.
And I got no problem with doing it either. That's the thing. Like, I'm not lying when I say that. I got no problem with doing stuff like that. So, I may charge for kits now, you know, may charge, but you're always gonna find some free stuff on the side. You're gonna find some cheap stuff. Like, it's really just a variety. So I try to reach or hit every, you know, community, the people with the big bread and the people that don't have the big bread yet. So
what do you project like your future would be like as far as producer wise? Like, what are some goals that you think you'll reach or that you're looking to accomplish either next year or by the end of this year?
I'm really trying to have Wavescrate blow up, like by the end of probably next year. Like, when I mean blow up, I'm talking about like producer grind level, passive income level for sure.
Yeah.
For the next like years, that's really the goal. Just focus heavily on Wavescrate, and not only because Wavescrate is the brand, but more because Wavescrate, I want to make it to where it has all your producer resources and all your producing needs. Like, you need drums, videos, you need courses. It's gonna be on there too. Like, so much stuff's gonna be put in this Wavescrate. Now it's like my time is Macshooter49. You know, one day Wavescrate is just gonna be there for the producing needs. And Macshooter49 is in the background, just working on it. So that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm trying to put more of my projection of my fan base towards Wavescrate, because that's where it's at for real. Like, all my new stuff, all the new sounds, like, especially if I'm quote unquote leading a lot of young producers and teaching and guiding the youth. Like, I want them to go to a place where they know that their stuff is gonna be high quality. So that's when I changed it to Macshooter49.com to Wavescrate.com, because that's all I want it to be, like all your producer resources. So that's why the free stuff is even on there, because like I said, like, if you don't got money, like if you don't got bread like that, there's still your producer resource for free or for $5. And another goal, learn a bunch of instruments, just flow, really put my people in a better position. And that's just every day, you know. So everything I tell people, like, if I'm talking about something, it's never just gonna be like, if I'm doing something or talking about something, it's never gonna be for the most obvious reason. It's obviously gonna be for a deeper meaning, a way deeper meaning that you could ever imagine. Like,
who's your favorite producer right now, like industry wise?
Bro, man, Wheezy, bro. No cap.
Yeah,
Wheezy, bro, posting like Wheezy type beats for like 2 months straight. And yeah, shout out Wheezy and Pierre Bourne. Those are like the really like even Turbo. There's a lot of producers I can name, but like my favorites, like I'm gonna do like top 2, Wheezy, Pierre, and Pierre just dropped his tape too. So definitely them. They inspire me.
I feel like Wheezy's drum bounds go underrated. Like, I see a lot of people talk about like Wheezy melodies, but like his drums, I mean, he got drum bounce down. He got drum bounce down.
Them drums go play like a huge role into them beats, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll listen to Wheezy's beats for the drums. Like, the melodies are hard.
Me too.
But the drums is like, that's what I really listen to beats for. So.
I think you just.
I used to do beat critiques and stuff, And I'm actually about to start streaming back on Twitch. I ain't streamed like a few months. So I'm gonna be doing a bunch of stuff, but I'm not really like a big beat critique guy. It's like, me. It's like, take your own critique, but that's not always the case. Of course, you need someone else's opinion. So, but if it's like that, it's like if you always need that validation of someone, like, yeah, this is wrong in the beat or this is right. It's like, no, I know you're trying to get their opinion and their critique on it, but if you're always going to be doing that, it's just like now you're just looking for validation and looking for someone to just keep telling you what to fix in your beat, when sometimes try it out, give yourself a little bit critique without another person having, like, Chi was like, don't listen to nobody. I fully agree with that, but it's like, hey bro, sometimes you really just got yourself out here, and so just try to build off, like people really don't understand, like, they smarter, stronger, faster than they really think. It's just that you can really limit your own self up in here. And so once you stop doing that, and I'm sorry you asked a simple question, I'm over here going
you fine, man.
But this ties into what I'm talking about though. It's like, it's the sense of people having to look for like so much critique at something that's like perfect. It's like, sometimes validate yourself. Like, if this beat isn't good, then go listen to like a Wheezy beat or a Southside beat, whatever reference you're trying to compare it to. Or else just keep learning and just keep making beats. So yeah, I'm gonna do beat critiques for sure, but not that much though. I'm not a beat critique guy, and plus I don't like to sit there all day listening to beats. Unless they're my own, bro. Sorry.
See yourself ever like joining something like Team Producer Grind?
Nah. I would definitely. I'm over here collaborating with PG, and I'm not even signed to them. So nah, I'm gonna be the own business, like Wavescrate, Macshooter. That's really all I'm thinking about, like, doing. Besides, like, just doing my own stuff, So I wanted to join PG, but it was just more of like a sense of growth in myself, towards like, let's see where we can go with this, with our own stuff. It may be hard, it may take time, but I don't really care. It's gonna be better in the long run. That's what I'm gonna say. But shout out to Team PG and shout out to all those guys. Like, not saying don't join Team PG, but whatever your vision is and how you feel about you joining other people, that's on you. I mess with all of them though, bro. Like, no cap. So we gonna keep doing videos, all that.
DB, Juco, Alec.
Yeah, all the gang, man. Like, it's a real bond that we got. That's like real talk, especially down in ATL, like when we all cooking and stuff, like that. I'm pretty sure you've been watching the TV vlogs, like the mansion cook up that I was at.
Going crazy.
Like, that was just a whole vibe. Like, all the energy was cool. Like, that was Juco's first time, like, meeting TV and Alec and stuff. Things were in place. So that's why ATL calls me like every day I wake up. I'm like, I gotta get to ATL. So, yeah, for sure. All them guys though. Shout out to them.
But how'd you go about like finding new sounds, like different contact banks?
Even Des Wright said it, like, if you want something to really just keep you going and push you, it's really just them new VSTs, new equipment. And like, now I'm starting to even fade from the contact banks, and I'm about to invest in a synth and some pedals, so I could really get, deep into the sound design. YouTube is one. I like to look up just contact libraries. Maybe I'll look up string contact library, or maybe I'll look up acoustic contact library, guitar, texture contact library, all that. But there's plenty of contact libraries, like there's like sample ones and thousands of them. So I think I did like a contact bank video. I actually did a few. But when it comes to that, it's really being around a lot of people, low key sauce stealing.
Now, how you feel about that? On a side note, like, as far as like, some people, they don't want to share the screen because they don't want people to know the sounds they use or what VSTs and all that. Like, how you feel about that?
I feel like it was worse back then than it is now, because back then no one used to share the screen, like, do like, but I would say people are starting to get better at it. I've never been the type of person to just gatekeep. Like, I mean, I gatekeep a few things. It's okay to gatekeep. Like, I'm not like, it's okay to gatekeep. And it's like, just do what you kind of like feel is right with you. Because I saw a quote where it's like, if you're afraid of spilling sauce, that means you don't got enough of it. And I was like, okay, that hit me. I'm gonna always remember that. I'm like, So I don't really mind like nobody, like I don't really care for that. I'll share my screen, I'll show everything that I'll use for real. When it comes to like other producers, I can kind of see why they're doing it. It's like I got my own stuff. You go find it yourself. And I'm kind of sometimes the same way. Like let's say someone hits me up like, hey bro, who's your contact bank plug? I don't text them this, but I'll be thinking like, bro, go find the banks yourself. Go do what we all did. Go find them yourself.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't knock anybody or anyone. Like it's up to you if you want to gatekeep. It's up to you. It's their preference. Just be searching up on YouTube and definitely use them filters. Them filters are really gonna help. Upload date and stuff.
See, you smart. You smart with it. Smart man.
Yeah, you gotta really use your tools, man. You know, you gotta use all that.
You smart.
You can't just look up contact bank and be like, like you're not really searching.
Yeah.
You're just looking up contact bank. Like, okay, bro. Or maybe we'll probably look up QB's contact bank. Like, really, bro? Come on, bro. It's funny, bro.
Yeah.
It's funny what people be doing.
Yeah,
but
man.
you just got like one thing. Like I will say, like even like people said, like, can you help me install contact bank? It says, bro, everything is trial and error in this music stuff.
Yeah.
Like even when it comes to like placements, like trial and error. Like you think the sample might get placed, it may not. Trial and like gotta keep. Like if this doesn't install, then the main point of it is to not quit on anything. Even if it goes as far as a little installing a bank, trying to aim a major spot, like everything is just going to be trial and error, and there's nothing really guaranteed out here in this music industry, or really in life in general. Nothing really guaranteed. So that's why you just got to live and do what you can in your ability and all that you can to help yourself. So do everything you can to find those contact banks and install them. So like I said, because sometimes you may not get the help you want.
You got a lot of wisdom for being 16. A lot of wisdom, man. I'm only 20, man.
I appreciate that, man.
Crazy.
You seem like you got a lot of wisdom for yourself still, and so you got to understand. Like most 20-year-olds, you know, they don't even know what they're doing. So
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Like overall, man, just to wrap it up, like in conclusion, like guys or whoever's watching this, like it doesn't matter. So let's take a step back from producing for a second. Let's go into like more of a life perspective.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to achieve, like you have to focus on every aspect of that, and you got to go into a metaphysical state, meaning you have to start looking at everything holistically, like looking at everything in different perspectives, like controlling your emotions, you know, helping yourself and finding who you really are. And I'm gonna say that to you, like, make sure if you want to continue this music as a career, make sure you know what you're doing this for, and make sure you know who you really like, because this music is also a mental game, and people quit, people get tired, you know, people been working for so long and they just put it down. People ask themselves like, music is, you know. And really, I'm gonna say this: if music isn't for you out there, then you really have to find that within yourself and stop wasting so much time, because we have so much limited time in our life. For those who really want to do this music, then you have to find a plan and structure that through like your whole life. But like, ask yourself, like, at 20, where do I want to be? At 25, what I want to do? Like, write your goals down. Like, write everything down that you want to accomplish. You know, journal, start doing that type of stuff. All the good, healthy, taking care of yourself type stuff. But it really does work. Like, before I talk about any music or quote unquote like how to get placements, it's really just about your strategy that you have for your life and your career. And if you don't even have that down, it's like, what am I doing talking to you about getting a placement with Drake or moving down here? So definitely have a life plan and a life structure before you do anything. Like because of music, man, music is just music. Like, there's no like you can't really, it's a whole universal skill, you know. So when it comes to devoting your life to that, you have to really know what you're doing it for. whether it's, you know, doing mute. Like I know some people who may be like producing right now, but actually want to do like cybersecurity. So it goes a long way. Like I know not everybody. I know a lot of people are just confused in where they're at. So that was just kind of for them. Like if you're really confused, you really have to start knowing more about yourself and knowing more. Because once you do that, then you unlock your like reaching your potential. That's all you really need to do.
You just got real deep, man. Real deep. I like that,
Yeah,
though.
bro.
I like that out of you, though.
Everybody got a real talent and a real skill out there. You just really got to stop focusing and comparing on those who, like, people look at Wheezy. Like people like to be like, man, Wheezy's so up right now. I'm like, I like to tell them like, okay, but what did Wheezy have to go through to get there? That's one thing that people don't focus on. Like, what did Southside have to do? Like, what did all the trial and error and adversity that he had to go through to get to where he's like, you know, not Grammy nominated, multi-platinum, all that. Like he's Sizzle, King of Trap.
Yeah.
What did he have to go? And he probably had to go through like hell, bro. So that's how to stay like level-headed. Like remind yourself, like those people who are at the top right now that you see on social media, like your goal should just be to win the day. That's it. Win the day. Don't focus on nothing else. Like write your goals down, write them long-term goals down and put it away. Focus on winning that day and doing everything you can. Networking, DMing people, all that, like getting your name out there. Like you really got to do it. Like what I did that's really like brought me up to this point was putting my name in front of so many people's faces to where you can't ignore me, bro. I'm going to be in this industry. I'm going to become a legend in this industry. Make the most out of it while I'm alive. Don't stop. So everybody got to focus their energy on whatever they want to accomplish in life and focus on the goals, passion, purpose, get off. Like utilize social media and all this, you know, all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, know who you are. Stop letting your time be wasted by other people or socials or all that. Stop. Use your time wisely. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause use your time wisely.
Same.
All right, like the fact that it didn't even feel like an hour just shows like, bro, time is up, bro. Time doesn't play, bro. Time is just time is time. Win it.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you for letting me utilize some of your time, you know, to spit some wisdom, spit some gems, you know, talk a little bit about your story, because I'm not sure if this is your first interview. That
I don't like my fourth one.
Fourth?
Yeah.
Okay. So your fourth interview. But I think you got a really unique story to tell that's gonna be cemented. It's gonna be cemented. This is only 2022, and where you gonna be in say 10 years, a decade from now, you know.
That just sounds crazy. That just sounds crazy, right?
People gonna be watching your interviews, man, just like, oh, Macshooter49 come up. Damn, you know. So
I really wanted to watch him 10 years later and be like, this is what he was talking about. It really has to connect like that.
Yeah.
Cause I said a lot of stuff in this like hour long. One of the most gem dropping interviews I've done. I appreciate the time. I ain't did an interview in such a long time, so I just might as well. I already know you've been asking for like a month now, so I just had to get back.
Yeah, it's straight. Cause I remember the one time you was sick and you know or whatever.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Just some bullshit be happening, bro. You know how it be.